My eyebrows have been raised. That might have
If
been the
you
weirdest way I've ever said that before.
probably. If you had, it definitely wasn't on my bingo card for Supernova to be
Yep.
doing well in this in this series. This is a stacked lobby. Yahoo, TTG, Dots, Gooners, MTG, this new team that came out of nowhere.
Oh.
Razev did very
No way.
well.
No, 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 no way. No way, no way, no way. Okay, sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you, bro. But this circle, I was watching Shane right before we started. Just like making dinner, etc. Trying to, do laundry because I got to be an adult. It's weird. But I saw that this circle ended bottom left, or literally just west of where Penry and the rest of Supernova are.
Yeah, I've had that circle a couple times.
Do we see that right now?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. But
That's
I thought Gooners and TTB might be fighting, but no, there's no hot drop. There's nothing too crazy so far. But Four Dogs are gonna go ahead and start making it in. I'm not gonna lie. I think I accidentally mixed up Four Dogs and Underdogs when I was looking at the leaderboard when a qual started, because I totally was like, where's Vorpal? Where's Lucid Freak? Where's Bliss and all this? And then today I finally was like, oh my gosh, that's where they were. So it is good to see them because they are all cracked players. I know that the big name that we kind of, not sparing any surprises, but the biggest name that we were kind of missing for this one was Team Fee, because he and Team Fate did incredibly well, and we just didn't see them as a team in this qualifier.
No, I think Flanker was the only one that actually participated in this qual set. I don't think any of the other members of Team Fate joined another roster or did anything like that. Like they made it to grand finals last. No, was it groups LCQ? No, they got tier 1, so they made it to finals.
I was gonna say they made it to finals.
Yeah, they made it to finals and then just gone. I was shocked by that. I was like, because I know Timothy was talking like he's like when he made it to group stage, he's like, oh, I'm just hoping like I get picked up by a tier 1 team or maybe an org picks me up. Oh, okay. Static is just gonna find at it and immediately put him down.
Do you think he's gonna take his chip and blow it up?
I mean, it's a viable strat. It's a bit of like
build a rivalry already.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what? Hey, man, full send. Why not?
Yeah.
But it's like, what was I talking about before this?
Timfy and the rest of Team
Oh,
Fate.
right. Like he said, like, oh yeah, I know he said he was talking about he wanted to get picked up by a tier 1 team or by org, for IGLing, and I'm like, I'm not knocking him. Like that could still happen. I could see him getting picked up by an org that maybe hasn't performed too well on the regional or the international stage. But for him to not even qual at all, just to prove that he has that consistency to not like run, I wonder what happened.
So I will say I actually did have him in the chat, so I was chatting to him about it. But Timfy, actually his work schedule changed, which is why he's not able to try in quals. But I think he said that he's trying to change that, so hopefully we'll see him for past 7. But again, only time will tell. Yahoo, the adolescent chickens, they are opting for the high ground, but not the highest ground. I was expecting to see them on top of the mountain that you see in the distance there, but nope, it's just going to be on the incredibly steep hill that is honestly a pain in the butt to get up. But it's a really good mountain for fights, but really frustrating if people third party you, which in a game like this,
100%.
you're going to have so many people third party you. So
100%. And I like that they didn't go on top of the rocks. The top of the rocks is like such a it's like such a risky play, especially off
it
of
is.
C1. Because like you don't have vehicles, and now you're just praying that it feeds to you. So I was like, playing on the ground, at least you have the option to run without anyone seeing you parachuting to fly somewhere. But
yep,
like phase 4, like if rocks are still in on phase 4, that's a good send, I think.
See, I think the thing is that it would really only realistically work out if you had a player like Valiate take a VSS, go all the way up there, and then immediately go prone and don't do anything. literally
That's
be
true.
quiet as possible, and then with the VSS, circle 4, circle 5 pop up, and then even if you take shots, no one is going to know where you are for a very long time. The only way they're going to know is if they understand exactly the direction that the bullets are coming from, which is very difficult, especially when you have a height into it. And if you look up and like, you know, you haven't heard anyone shooting up there, you don't know if you should look up. So it's I like it. I would love to try it, but also I get, you know, it needs to happen naturally, and it doesn't always, which sucks.
That's true. That's very true.
But pest control, dude, there are really good names on pest control, and they were one of the teams that I was super excited to watch coming into today. But I think Sakura Zensen has literally just been doing so well that no other team has really had any chance to make a name for themselves. Sakura Zensen has literally just been taking names and getting points like it's, you know, like they're rolling out of bed. That's literally how it's oh no. Well, Gooners, we're seeing Gooners go on top of Collector, and can they actually knock Bunt? Actually, only one of them. Only Bunt's going on top. Wait, Yoho did actually put one down. Okay, but Bunt, he is not taking much damage. He's taking a little bit, but not enough. Shimboy is going to knock Balefrost. Don't even know how that worked out. Bunt, though, is going to go ahead and fly down, try to get some cover, but it is going to be rough for him. A nice shot by Hazel. And Matt gets down, is immediately going to have to go ahead and med, but above him, there's going to be Poonage. Possibly the adolescent chicken. If any one of them was an adolescent chicken, it would be... No, actually...
Oh.
I give it to Shinboy. Shinboy and Poonage is just such an iconic duo for me, but...
It is. It's like, if you see one on the team, the other has to be on that team.
Right?
And you know what?
If they're not together, it just doesn't feel right, you know?
Oh, Poonage is just opting to fly over to his teammates to try to reconvene.
Ooh, good shot from Bale.
Balefrost is going to shoot off Simply Matt from being able to knock his teammates, so they're going to be able to reconvene together. They're all going to be able to regroup. And, oh, Poonage, he's not happy that Simply Matt was taking shots at him as he was flying. He's getting his revenge. He's like, get away from me. Back off. I'm an adolescent chicken, and I will peck you.
If I hear adolescent chicken on the main broadcast, I'm not gonna lie, I will die laughing, and I will be so happy. I just know that I'll be smiling for literal days. But Blissey, he is gonna be caught out by none other than Sakura Zensen, and Karam is like, screw this. I am so sick and tired of Sakura Zensen that I'm gonna go ahead and get the heck out of here. But the domination continues. The absolute terror, the madness that is Sakura Zensen is not stopping. It is a death machine. It is a ball. It is a storm. It is everything and worse than you've ever imagined in your life. And they are not stopping at all.
I want to know, how did Pest Control let Hyman just walk on them? How did he get that guy, like Zeke, walk on him? Like, how did he get that close without them knowing? I gotta know. Like, that's insane. Maybe during all of the chaos of like Gooners EPing and the fight between the low-key fight between Yahoo and Gooners off of the rocks, that's when he used that timing. He just had great timing to get underneath them. But to get that close is insane. Absolutely insane.
Honestly, at this point, I'm just saying Sakura Zensen, like, it's just like a miracle word, because I don't even know, like, this is Falcon numbers coming out in scrims, in all honesty. Like, but Shane Doe, he is immediately shot out of the sky trying to find somewhere for his team. He has found, I don't know if there's a name for this one yet, but the Shacks, it's relatively common. Next circle is going to shift. Is it going to be southwest? Okay, no, it's a lot more central than I expected. But Dots, they're trying to thread the needle, and Shane has found an absolutely beautiful piece of land for them. It costs about $300,000 per square inch, so you know they're going to be fighting for it with their lives. You know, man, I don't know. As the caster, sometimes you just say something, you're just like, go for it.
Oh my gosh, per square inch. Those are America prices, sir. We are in... Where is
you
this
know
located
it.
Out of? Is this Korea?
Someone said it's based off of Korea, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to assume Korea. I could be wrong. So it's cheap for Korea.
Prices, so it's probably way cheaper. Like, their economy's probably a lot better that we're not paying $300,000 per square inch. Oh,
let's not get into that one just yet.
Yeah. Nice shots from Colt onto Plushie, almost
Oh,
finding like, about
no.
half HP. As now Team Skyline is gonna have to get a. I've seen a lot of Team Skyline versus Run It Down in these past 3
I
games.
have a
This is insane.
bad feeling about this, especially
Oh.
with the high ground being on the side of Run It Down.
Wh-
Uh,
we're gonna skip right on past that. Little G putting on some shots on the Nick.
and Gunner's blunt kills the knock safe. Oh no. I mean, it looks like they should be able to get the res off, but it's just not a good spot because no matter what else they can do, they can just nade. Because if they're stuck like trolls under that bridge, just easy. They have one control above, and the nade's going to come in exactly for Narco. So far, no damage, but they know to back off now. Some more damage coming in, though. And will a knock happen? Nick Knacker and Colt, I believe. Was it Colt that? Yeah. They are safe for now, but
no, that's
Gooners. We talked about Supernova for a long time, but Supernova, they're gonna get fully eliminated. But Gooners got to watch out because I think Wujutsu is right there as well, and they want payback for their lost member in Seifu.
Yeah, I don't know how or
Blunts.
when this crash happened, but that's insane. Yeah, with Supernova, it looks like they just kind of got stuck in that one little warehouse, and Gooners just absolutely took advantage of that.
Rude.
But this is insane. Yeah, like, and now they have to worry about Wujutsu. Like, they're able to reset as fast as possible. Now they can just hold out Wujutsu for big push onto them. But a lot of teams are going to be crashing into Hongshane as it is like central. Like Kite going to get flushed out by Ram Pest Control, managing to pick up one. Skyline opting to take a nice wide wrap. Lil G goes down to about 1 HP. He's got to be very careful as Colt is just absolutely raining hellfire down on top of them. But I do like the positioning. I like that Skyline has opted to rotate away instead of trying to continue to press that fight because it wasn't going very well for them. Because like you said, they have that high ground. They have a lot of playability rocks. They have a lot of little nooks and crannies that they can sit inside of to just hold out Skyline. So now Skyline's taking the option to let's just rotate around them, see if we can't get around and see if we can make something happen. But now they're rotating straight into Razab.
Oh, he hurts him.
Razab
He hurts him.
Oh boy,
Jeez.
hurts him.
I don't even know
About to
what I
put
said.
the hurt on him.
Oh my gosh. Nick Knacker, though, he has to be careful. Panda Dorito, the rest of Team Razab, they think that they're out of... Well, the only thing they're out of... Ooh, okay, never mind. Nick Knacker going to go ahead and find one, but Panda Dorito, Nick Knacker's going to go down to blue. And he's going to peel off and try to get some cover. Oh no, Zuki boy, not working out the way he wanted it to. The nade going to come out immediately. And it should be a pretty decently good nade. I lied. It didn't work out well at all.
Just kidding. Not a good nade. I think it was just barely short. Skyline Zuki boy, he's gonna have to try to reset unless he's just planning to let his.
Oh no!
Narco Tika is gonna come in for a third party, but it's gonna be Nubsky that gets the knock from the Colts.
No!
As now Skyline somehow find themselves in between both teams as they come in for the third party. In the middle of all of this, Ken is going to get killed from MTG. Nubsky going to find the flush onto Colt, as now it is just 3 members up for Skyline as they find themselves stuck in between Razab and Run It Down.
That is incredibly unfortunate. Skyline, this is just a case of bad karma. It feels like every single time, just it seems like the worst thing happens for them. Panda Dorito above Zuki Boy. Nick Knacker and Red Rider trying to figure out what they can do, but there are a lot of teams hunkered down.
There are a lot of teams hunkered down. It's a very congested zone as it's centered up. Like a lot of teams are already inside that center zone, and now even a lot more teams are already
no,
having to
he nades
stay.
himself.
He
Wait,
goes for
what?
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
That was an option. I think he did not mean to fall off of the rocks there, but that is what happens. As now Zuki Boy is going to be able to collect, but he didn't heal. He didn't get the heal off. He canceled the heal, and now he's going to go down to the zone. Oh, this is bad, as now it's just Red Rider in for Skyline. It went from Redemption Arc to what the heck, back to Redemption Arc to what are we doing?
Why didn't he
Heal.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know why the prio was the energy drink, but I'm going to let that poor guy be, because it seems like he's having a rough day. So let's give him some grace and not be too mean to him. So, Suki Boy, go ahead and just take the next 15 minutes to relax, chill, and to breathe, please. and come back stronger for it. You know, positive aspect on things.
Yeah, that was rough. Soccer Zenzen look like they're going to be trying to get aggro onto Toy Biba. Is that it?
It's Toy Bibbo, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah.
Kunda, he's going to go ahead and try. But Soccer Sensen, this is the toughest team in the lobby by far, almost doubly. And oh my lord. Toy Bibbo, they're already down a player. Can they hold back the avalanche? That is Soccer Zensen. I'm going to go ahead and peel off just a little bit. And for some reason, my brain is so used to people being in blue that it was very weird for me that they weren't in blue for a second. So, but Soccer Zensen, they are trying to encroach upon this Adam. He's trying to grab a vehicle, I think, and then rotating inside. But we'll see how this one works out for them.
ETB, they're doing what they can. They're like, I'm glad that they're not just getting hard locked on the one person from Soccer Zensen that they were fighting. They're looking everywhere to see Adam is not getting out of blue zone.
Ooh.
I don't know why the heals didn't come out. Phase 4 just shrunk a bit. I don't know what happened, but Adam, he is going to go down to the blue, making this a 3v3 versus TTB. Micah as the Molly, maybe trying to see if he can make something connect to get the initiating knock, but it's going to be Wajutu versus Gooners as Goonshot's going to go down to Nzito. A spray from Nzito, 3x Og. He attempts it, but better, thinks of better. I think he's going to rotate on out. Oh, but Kuanda is going to get the initiating knock on a Hyman. Pentala immediately going to get a trade onto his O vibes. Balefrost, oh, so many fights happening between Wajutu getting a plus on the Goonshot. Balefrost getting a knock on a 4th as the fight between Soccer Zensen and TTB are going to continue to break out. 1-for-1, it is a 2v2 as now John Lowe going to try to get a little bit of a reposition to make something happen, but now he's getting third party by dogs.
Oh gosh.
And now he really is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now he
good shots.
Oh my gosh, Kuanda coming in with a sick knock onto Pentalol. Now 2v1, Micah the last one up, but he's gonna get the res onto the member of onto Hyman as they're gonna reset to make this a 3v2.
Well, Micah and Hyman, this is the worst game that they've had already by far, which is just so weird to say, because, I mean, it's not even that bad of a game comparatively. But Hyman going to go ahead and try to put the Toy Bibbo down. Okay, never mind. He's just going to fully kill them both, and it's fine. So, cool. Soccer Zensen, it doesn't matter because they do what they do best. Now Dots and Collector finding each other. Psycho going to go down almost immediately. TTG on the other side. Trimble has to be careful because Shanedo's looking at him. And BattleX actually killing himself with the C4. And I didn't see anyone else dying to the C4. I'm sorry to say, sir. But Dots, they're in a decent spot. They have cars because they were able to rotate in after Shane crash landed the glider. And now Pest Control, they're down to just 2 lonely members. Too much craziness has been happening to them.
Dot sitting in their multi-million-dollar, 300,000 square inch shipping containers is offering very good protection for them as they are just sitting in them, making all of the work happen for the Poonage. Nice shots onto KVZNO. Not going to be able to get the knock, though. He's just going to opt to run into the
good shots.
With 1 HP, as he is going to get the knock, and the flush is going to come out as Phase 4 closing into Phase 5. Poonage going to be able to get this met off and hopefully reconnect back with his teammates to get out of here. Baleda, the last member up for Rezav.
4 dogs blessed by Circle Duel. They have a little bit into Circle, but it is going to be the hill that Collector on. I think that is going to be the biggest fighting point. It is going to control so much space. It's really going to be whoever wins the Western aspect. Balefrost not getting knocked by ice, as they might have to hold off a decent amount of people. But honestly, with the third parties, I don't think anyone's going to crash because that's just a death sentence. So Mr. T going to go ahead and find Bale to start things off against Yahoo. Cherry Vibes with the MK14 doing some good damage. Mr. T, though, he's on to 1 shot, and he does go down to Poonage from behind, and Yahoo are able to make it in. But wait, Soccer Zensen, they crashed onto Duel, and Duel, they have gotten themselves points, ladies and gents. It has been so long, it feels like. But Duel, this could be their game. They still have all 4 up. So does Dots, and so does Dogs. But TTG, they're trying to make their way through. Mafo going down to Joshi. Blizzy and Joshi, the last 2 up on to Pest Control. as we're not going to talk about Battle X and the C4 fiasco.
Unfortunate, that's what that is. But now we got Pest there trying to push in and get on top of TTG. A little bit of a reset coming into play as it is a 2v3 as they're going to try to see if they can make something happen. Stuck on the hard edge of the zone. It's coming in fast. Phase 5. You don't want to be sitting inside of it. TTG going to get inside of their SpongeBob Square-mobile and rotate right on out of there. And they're just going to be able to get a Trimble 2 HP. Oh, living on a bit of hopes and dreams there, buddy. But he's able to get in and get a nice reset going as now Pest are going to opt to rotate right behind TTG. Just
ooh, I like
it.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, never
I
mind.
don't like
They were
this
staring
as
right
much.
It looked like they weren't looking at them, but I guess they were, as Joshy's going to go down. Blissey sending nades on over. Cater and Trimble also sending
Good
nades
shots.
on over.
Oh,
All of the
no.
utility. It's a mortar strike. And now
Woo.
Dots is coming in for a third party, but Blissey hitting some very nice 3x M4 shots onto Dots as they are trying to rotate on in. Oh gosh, the Panzer in hand could absolutely ruin Blissey's day on the back of that rock if it's very well placed. But Dots, they're getting aggressive in all of this as well.
Oh my lord! Blissey just deletes Cater. Now Trimble, he is trying to run away, and he's going to escape with only 17 HP, and he is trying to get inside the shack, but it is going to be a little bit rough, but never mind. It's incredibly easy for him. So, Trimble, he's going to pray that that shack stays in, but now Yahoo has their sights set onto Dots, as one is already down. Blissey, though, we've seen him do so well before, and oh no. He gets damaged, but that's about it. Now, Yahoo, if they know that they're down there, if they know how much damage had been done, they probably would be pressing, but never mind, they might do it again because Poonage going to go ahead and find Hot and Spicy, but I believe a lot of their util is gone. They only have 2 frags that I saw at least. Now they're going to go ahead and push. They got to be careful because of 4 dogs in the distance. Flankers still with that Panzerfaust, and that nade.
Oh,
the
that
blue zone is pretty good. It's going to push them out a little bit, but ooh, a little bit slower than I would have expected for the shots. But Valier going to take down Shinboy, but now it is just Valier, the VSS god, and Yahoo takes down Dots.
Dots sending it in between a lot of teams. Valiant effort for them. They went to go for the third party between TTG and Pest Control. But that fight ended up stalling out, allowing Poonage and Yahoo to take a lot of space on top of Dots and just be able to collapse on top of them, leaving them literally stuck in a dip that just allowed the free range utility to just absolutely shred them just before they had to overpeak to try to take the fight to Yahoo, but the damage was already done. They were already down to about half HP, the majority of all of them, and it was just free reign for the adolescent chickens.
Well, Duel now they're trying to get inside zone. They're opting to go for some of the dips and divots that they have out there. And honestly, it's not looking too bad for them, but they just got to be careful that they don't get third party by everyone and their favorite casters. I don't know where I was going with that one. I just kind of went with it. So that doesn't really make sense, and I'm taking it back, but it's too late. I already said it, so it happened. But K-Mind, he is dipping and dodging, trying to swerve, going away. Ice trying to land the bolty shots. And now Trimble has been found out by the 4 dogs.
And 4 dogs set up in a very and this is
ooh, nice shot.
This is what we were talking about earlier with Collector, where they had great positioning on that first Erangel, and they also did a lot with it. 4 dogs has had a lot of
been in
zone for a long time. As Beleda,
nice
he is going to find a knock on a K-Mine, but he's immediately going to get taken out by Cherry Vibes. Yahoo sending a little gift to Duel's way to allow them to get the res and reset for their teammate. But 4 dogs has been sitting in this, has been fed zone almost the entire game, and it's just this is that instance where maybe they aren't able to do a lot with it, but they haven't done a lot with it.
But they don't need to.
Kill.
I mean, you don't really need to if you get the points, especially from winning the game. So again,
it's true. That is true.
What is it? The good and bad thing, I forget what it's called. But basically, the good and bad thing is that you have compound, you are safe for the most part unless someone crashes you, which didn't happen in this game. But again, you just don't find those kills, which is why it's so still kind of iffy in my opinion. I don't like it, especially when you get to RO16. Typically for lower teams, you can kind of qual through that, especially through round to 64, maybe round to 32. But by the time you get to round to 16, you need to be playing kind of different PUBG in order to get a lot of points. But granted, when you're gifted those circles, you know, you take them.
That's fair.
But also, it's just the way I like to play. So, I mean, I really shouldn't say anything because I'm just a caster. So, but 4Earth, he's found a nice little spot for him as Yaho might have a nasty neighbor. The pros and cons? Yeah, no, 100%. I just brain farted there.
Yeah, and they're still sitting inside the zone. They have a lot of playability. They just have to be careful of how much they overextend. It's like if they don't win the game, you know, like say something happens to where like it's like they sat there and they didn't get a lot of KP and then they get eliminated pretty early. Like they get eliminated in 4th. It's like the whole game pretty much feels like, in my mind, the whole game feels wasted because you just kind of sat there.
Yeah.
And you could have like pressed yourselves or got out there and got some KP or whatever. But yeah, that's just my opinion on the matter.
You also can get like antsy, especially if you're a person who likes action, you know, and it's PUBG. Yeah, that's kind of the pull of the game.
I am a very aggressive W key kind of player.
I never would have expected that. Should I bring up the Panzerfaust incident?
No, stop it. We don't need to bring that up.
My favorite.
I did not think that Panzerfaust would not go through that window.
I know, dude. It's hilarious. But still, let's get back to this one. Collector, 4th. I don't think that Yaho know about him. I know that 4Dogs do. Duel doesn't. So Collector might actually be able to get second place here. Which
they might be able to squeeze something
kind of crazy.
Because Yaho can't overextend to look down on him because then 4Dogs and Duel are just going to absolutely punish Yaho for doing that. So this literally just comes down to a waiting game. Like 4Dogs has the best positioning. They have a lot of space that they can take within this zone.
I don't know if I actually agree with you on that one. I would say positioning. Nah, I would say that once they're pushed out, I actually feel like Duel might. No, I would say Yaho actually, because I think Yaho has the best playability from that because they have that little bit of a dip. So they have kind of like safety from Duel, but they also have a little bit of safety from 4Dogs. And 4Dogs, they're going to be pushed out. And they're kind of naturally going to have to be pushed into Duel, I think. So I think Yaho actually has like the best position in general. I'm like fully theorizing, but I could be wrong. It
depends on where zone shifts. But I mean, Yaho does have a lot of playability up here. I will give you that. But if they get forced out, that playability is just absolutely shit. Like they have to send for something. You know, like they have to try to take something to fight. And then that's where this map gets very high skill ceiling. It's just going to center up on 4Earth. 4Earth is just going to get to live on his blown up car, and not have to
no!
But he opened up with the MP5K. Now Vorpal with the Uzi coming to play. He's running it down to 4Earth. Nades getting prepped. One flying towards Vorpal. It does about a third of damage. Another nade coming into play. But that nade is absolutely perfect. It lands on Vorpal's forehead, and he is going to get eliminated, putting Collector in 4th. But now Vorpal, he needs to be careful as now. I mean, Yahoo can't really do too much about this. Like Yahoo has to take the fight to Duel, right? Like.
That was a really good push by 4Dogs, and I think we kind of forgot about Controller, I'll be honest, but this opens up a lot for 4Dogs. Maybe you were alluding to it, and I just didn't have the brains to understand it at first, but they totally have a lot more space to play with now. But does Yaho actually push to the left-hand side and try to flank down and around?
They could. The only issue with is like what's the visibility for. I don't think Duel has much visibility into that if they do that wrap. And then if they do that wrap, Duel could backstab 4Dogs, and that would just absolutely destroy 4Dogs' game. So it literally comes down to who attacks first, who makes that first push, and because like if Duel attacks into 4Dogs first, then Yahoo could just play from the top of the hill and punish Duel. You know, like it's literally all about who goes where first. Like 4Dogs don't have to do anything; they have complete zone coverage, so they could just sit here and wait to see how this plays out.
Well, they did lose K-Mind, and K-Mind has kind of been, I would probably say, the biggest name to coming back. I know that everyone loves his streams, etc. So losing him is going to be massive, losing out on that firepower. But 4Dogs looks like they're throwing some suns over at Yaho as well. Ooh. Yo, sorry, I got distracted by seeing the clown car might have to make a return. That sounds juicy to me, but now we are just waiting. The zone is going to be closing in literally just a second, and now these teams are going to have to push together. 4Dogs split, seeing who has to make the first shots. It's going to be all about the backstab. A nice spot onto Wooly. He should be knocked. Lobes actually having really good cover with that ghillie suit. But Yaho have to be backed off. They took a little bit too much damage than they want. IQ starting to smoke, and now the FPS of all these players is going to go down because of all the smokes that are about to happen. But Yeho, it is that steep incline drop that I'm worried about the most for them. Punij, he's on the low side, waiting for his moment, waiting. But Duel already going to go ahead and find one. Never mind, they get a knock onto one of the teams each. IQ with an what can he do? Too many teams to deal with, but the util now is moving out. Bliss gets flushed. Lucid Freak gets knocked. This is amazing util coming out from them, but Vorpal is still there, and they don't know where he is. They got to be careful. They're being pushed. The blue is ever encroaching. Punij finally decides to open up. Almost gets him. He does get him. And now a 2v2v2, except Yeho, they're going to lose one. They're going to go down, and now it is just 4 dogs in duel against each other. Vorpal and Ice. Wooly, I think that is a bug. I don't know what's going on, but they are prone. They're trying to figure it out, but now it is just Vorpal. He's trying to find him out, but Duel, they clutch it out in time.
Absolutely, very beautifully played by Duel.